Adrienne, and welcome back to a special Christmas edition of Dessert Devotion. Now, on my website at dessertdevotion.com, you can find all 4 Advent devotionals and the Christmas cookie recipes. For this one, I'm bringing back a family favorite. It's my great-grandma's old-fashioned tea cakes. I already have 5 cups of all-purpose flour in my bowl. And to that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and then I will add 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Now, when it comes to the nutmeg, some people like the kick or the spice of nutmeg, but you can also try different things, right? You can try cinnamon. I've seen tea cake recipes that use allspice or pumpkin spice, or you could use a liquid extract like lemon or almond as well. I'm just going to take my whisk now and stir these all together. Now I have in the bottom of my mixer already 1 stick of butter that I've softened at room temperature, and to that I'm going to add a cup of sugar. Then add 2 eggs, 1 at a time, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/4 cup buttermilk. This would also be the place to add in, say, lemon extract or almond if you wanted to try those flavors for your tea cakes. Now we're ready to add in our dry ingredients, and this is going to form kind of a sticky dough that we're going to roll out to shape our tea cakes. So I've rolled out 2 sections of saran wrap on my cutting board here. And I'm going to divide the dough into 2 equal sections. And then I'm going to carefully wrap each part of dough. And we're going to put these in the refrigerator for at least an hour. That way they'll be stiff enough for us to roll out and to cut into cookies. Okay, finally our dough is ready. I do not like waiting for dough to stiffen up in the refrigerator. I usually try to find recipes that don't call for it, but this old-fashioned one is totally worth it. So look, you see that my surface is floured, my rolling pin is floured, even my hands are floured, and we're going to roll this out nice and thin, and then next we're just going to cut it into squares. Y'all, I'm just using a plain old beat up biscuit cutter that I have to cut my cookies out. And also remember, you gotta flour the cutter as well, right? So they come out nice and neat. And now I'm gonna bake these in the oven for just 8 minutes. Now that our tea cakes are in the oven, let us settle in for our final Advent devotion on peace. As Christmas is right around the corner, maybe there were some secret hopes of yours that there would be a Christmas miracle by now. Maybe you hoped that you would have figured the situation out by Christmas, that the relationship, a disconnect would have been resolved by Christmas, that you would have heard good news or gotten an answer by Christmas. Yet the closer we get, we realize that you really aren't there yet. Well, my brothers and sisters, I know the feeling. But the good news is Jesus gives us the gift of peace. So while we reflect on this quiet Advent devotion, I invite you to think of that one thing that you were hoping was going to be resolved by Christmas and prayerfully give it over to the Lord. And in exchange, accept the gift of peace that Jesus will give you, whether you have an answer or not, whether the prayer is still lingering in the heavens. It is your gift to be opened at Christmas and trust and faith that in God's timing, it will be done. As you can see right out of the oven, they don't puff up too much. They don't really brown, so definitely watch your time. Now I'm going to add a little turbinado sugar to it. Honestly, I should have done this before I put them in the oven because this sugar does not melt in the heat. But I'm just going to add it to it while they're warm, and it will have somewhat the same effect. It just has a nice finishing touch to our tea cakes. Another thing you can do is to just roll out your dough and just bake that for 8 or 9 minutes. And then you can cut it into squares. These cookies bring back fond memories. And I also hope that while you're baking these cookies, you can turn over your cares to the Lord and embrace the peace of Christmas. Find all my Advent devotionals at dessertdevotion.com.